Awesome. All right. So, very interestingly enough, I'm not sure why it's only my side or my GoToWebinar that I cannot speak to my computer, which is not normal. So I actually dialed in myself, and fortunately, all of you guys are actually hearing. That is excellent. Now, before we begin, Todd, one quick thing. Are you able to record the section for us just in case?
I am,
Because
yes.
awesome. Sounds good. All right. So, everyone, I want you guys to all welcome Todd. You see, for the past several years, well, for the past year, I should say, a lot of people come to me and said, Fred, my traffic is just not working. It's just not converting into sale. And whenever a person actually comes up to me or a student of mine comes up to me and asks that question, I know immediately that their sales funnel is actually broken. And for me, it's actually very hard to teach you guys how to really engineer a profitable marketing funnel because, like I always say, I'm not an expert at every single item inside our industry. I'm very great at, there's a lot of people saying welcome. I'm really great at traffic, but when it comes to conversion and when it comes to fixing broken sales funnel, that's not what my expertise is. And that's why I've actually got introduced to Todd, because Todd is the #1 authority in our industry right now that really craft wildly successful sales funnels. So originally, this was supposed to be a one-on-one call where I get to get some training on what he does, on what Todd really do, and why Todd charges $10,000 a day to his clients to engineer and craft their marketing funnels. But I go like, you know what? I think my subscribers, I think my followers can really benefit from this. So I asked Todd to say, hey, can we actually do a webinar instead? Since you're going to be doing a presentation for me, why don't we just open it up to my, not public, just to my list on sharing all the insights and everything that you know. And fortunately, he agreed right away, and that's why we are all here today. So this webinar, the time is a little bit different than what I normally have. So as you all know, normally it's like at night, but today it's supposed to be just a one-on-one call. It's supposed to be in the morning, but I turn it into a webinar. So I myself am looking forward on learning from Todd. I'm going to be a student of Todd just like you guys. So please grab a piece of paper, have a pen ready, so you guys can take a lot of notes and really apply this to your business. So without waiting further ado, I know that Todd has a very busy schedule, so I don't want to take all of his time. So I'm just going to get Todd to take over, and I'm here to just take notes. Todd, thank you for being here, and I'm just going to hand this off to you right now.
Oh, thank you so much, man. What an awesome intro, and thank you for the opportunity, man, to chat with your tribe. And so welcome, everybody. And so you guys are in for a treat today. If this is the first time that you've ever been exposed to any of my teachings, or this is the first web training of mine that you've been on, we are going to go at lightning pace. I've got a tremendous amount to share with you today, and this is some of the most important stuff that I teach. And like the title of the web training says, this is all about what I call flawless funnel scaling, meaning that it's all about ramping up the amount of traffic, leads, and customers that you're getting every single day, day in and day out from any of your marketing campaigns, any of your marketing promotions, specifically really your marketing funnels. And what we're going to be talking about really is what the savviest marketers online, the best of the best, the top marketers online, what they know, what they do to consistently engineer, to consistently design, set up, launch profitable marketing funnels that, frankly, the average marketers do not know and do not do. And we're going to talk about why today still the average marketer in 2016, right, the average marketer in our online community, that despite understanding the basics of traffic and conversion, despite understanding the necessity of traffic and the necessity of conversion and what those two components kind of look like, why the average marketer is still continuing to struggle to set up even a single profitable marketing funnel. I call it and refer to it, and we'll be referring to it in this training today together as the missing ingredient in the traffic and conversion equation. This is the one thing that is missing for 7 out of 10 typical online marketers, and is the thing that holds them back from breaking through to that consistent, stable, reliable income from their marketing online. And I'm going to show you what this missing ingredient is. I'm going to show you, most importantly, how to plug it into your marketing funnel. And I'm going to show you how the entire game will change for you, will become black and white, will become very objective, very straightforward for you, will eliminate all of the guesswork for you when you implement what it is that I'm going to share with you today, when you fill in this missing ingredient. Now, very quickly, I hate this part, but I want you guys to feel comfortable paying close attention to what it is that I share with you over the next hour and 20 minutes. And so, who the heck am I? Who the heck is Todd Brown? And why can you feel comfortable paying extremely close attention to everything that I share with you? Well, I've been in the direct marketing trenches, the direct response trenches for over 14 years now. I've had the best and the brightest marketers in our community, the best and the brightest marketers online have either come to me for consulting or guidance on their marketing funnels, have gone through one of my coaching programs or training programs, have come to me, have attended one of my live events, or have really just come to me to partner on one or more projects. And over the last, I would say over the last, now give or take about 8 years, I've worked with well over 1,000 entrepreneurs from over 23 different countries, helping them get their first 6-figure plus marketing funnel up and published. And that's why today I'm totally honored to be considered the go-to guy for creating wildly profitable marketing funnels, and really like the guy that is referred to as the expert that other sales funnel experts come to when they need help with their own funnels. And like Fred said, I'm blessed to have folks fly in from all over the world, pay a bunch of money to spend the day with me in West Palm Beach, Florida, ripping apart, re-engineering, setting up, relaunching their marketing funnels. I don't share any of that with you to brag. I share that with you for one reason and one reason only, and that's so that you pay close attention to what it is that I'm going to share with you, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat anything today for you guys and gals, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that gets done day in and day out by me, my clients, and the top marketers online to consistently engineer profitable funnels over and over and over, right? And so one quick question, right, based on what it is that I just shared with you moments ago, why do you think that today the average marketer online, easily seven, if not 8 out of 10 of the typical marketer online, why, even though the average marketers understand the necessity of traffic, why they understand though the necessity of conversion, and even though they understand that, and even though they're using the same marketing funnel models as the best of the best, right? They're using a tripwire funnel, they're using a survey funnel, they're using a launch model, even understanding that, and even understanding and using the same conversion strategies like the one-click upsell, like the lead magnet, right? Like the exit intent pop, right? Why is it that using all of those same methods and the same traffic generation methods that the average marketer is still struggling to get their first successful, profitable, steadily producing marketing funnel up and working? Like, what is it that you think, if you had to give it a little bit of thought right now, what is it that you think is missing from the traffic and conversion equation? Like, the reality is you guys are gonna come to understand today that everything is out there about what I do, about what my clients do, about what the best of the best do in terms of marketing funnel models, marketing funnel strategies, marketing funnel tactics, traffic generation strategies. It's all out there, right? And so why is it that even though that's out there and there are, marketers that are using, copying, duplicating those methods, that they're still struggling, right? What's missing? Well, oddly enough, that missing ingredient, right, that I'm going to teach you today, that I'm going to show you how to fill in today, that missing ingredient is the real secret behind the most successful marketers online. I know that that sounds cliche. I know that that sounds like hype, but you'll understand why by the end of our time together today. And most importantly, you'll understand how to fill it in. Sadly, right, the reality is that that missing ingredient is not often talked about. It's not often taught. It's not often a part of training programs. It's not often shared with the marketplace. And so why isn't it often talked about or taught? Well, the reality is because it's just not sexy. It's not the hot part of this business. It's not the fun part of this business. It's not the cool part of this business. It's not the whiz bang plugins. It's not the weird countdown timers. It's not like the sexy tactical conversion strategies. But don't be fooled. What it is that you're going to learn today is at the foundation of every successful direct response marketer and the most successful direct response marketing companies. It's the foundation of this business, and you are going to learn it. The reason why it's not taught, right? It's not sexy because it's not easy to quote unquote sell people on, right? That's the reality. The reality is that it's not sexy like a whiz bang, pop in that flies in from the right or some weird piece of code that you could plug in, right? It's not the sexy thing that everybody loves to hear and buy. But again, it's at the foundation of your success as a direct response marketer. So what is it, right? So what is this missing ingredient from the traffic and conversion equation? Well, it's simple. It's this, that our type of marketing, direct response marketing, which is not brand institutional marketing, right? We don't do what Pepsi does or what Coke does. We don't do what the big Fortune 500 companies do. We don't have deep pockets. We don't have a long time frame. We're looking to put $1 out in the marketplace and make $1.50 or $2.50 or $3.50 back or $6.50 back, right? We need to hold every dollar accountable. We need to hold every action accountable, right? We need to generate a response. Right? And so the type of marketing that we do, direct response marketing, when it's done the right way, when it's done properly, like I'm going to teach you today, it's objective, it's scientific, right? Meaning it's black and white. It's not about assumptions. It's not about guesses. It's not about wild creativity. It's not about you throwing darts at the wall to try to figure out what you should be doing with your marketing. It's not about you taking your best guess at what you think is wrong with your funnel or what you think is wrong with a traffic source or which traffic sources you should use and scale up and which ones you should cut out and scale down. It's objective. It's black and white, meaning that in order for you to be able to consistently create successful marketing funnels and consistently create winning offers and consistently leverage a variety of paid traffic sources to acquire new customers and generate sales and profits and scale your back end, you cannot be forced to make your marketing decisions, your traffic decisions, your segmentation decisions based on hunches or assumptions. It's why I love the way Neil Patel at QuickSprout says it, right? He simply said, successful marketing does not involve guessing, ever. Want to hear one of the worst things that a marketer could do? Guess. That's the answer. Guessing. Guessing rather than knowing often produces serious marketing mistakes. And that's why it's important for you to understand before we really dive in to the training, right? That if you are right now, today, making your marketing decisions, your decisions about what to tweak in a marketing funnel or what upsell to have or what traffic source to use, what traffic source to scale or what to pay per click or what to pay to acquire a lead or what audience segment to target. If you're making those decisions based solely on what you think or hope or assume, you're operating at a tremendous disadvantage. And most importantly, you're not operating like the top marketers, like the savviest marketers do. So that really begs the question then, right? So if that's not how the successful marketers, the top marketers operate, right? So how do they operate, right? How do the top marketers consistently and reliably and confidently make the right marketing decisions? How are they able to scale their funnels and how are they able to optimize their funnels? And how are they able to make marketing look online, right? Look so simple and easy. Like, right, what I'm talking about, the marketers that just seem to make it look easy and simple, like where they consistently crank out marketing funnel that works after marketing funnel that works after marketing funnel that works. How do they do it? Well, The answer is simple. It's with what I call science, or it's with some simple marketing metrics, some simple data, right? Some simple numbers. And the beauty is that today I'm going to show you what those numbers are. We're not talking about general analytics. We're not talking about like any of that that stuff, right? Like I rarely use those things, the typical website analytics to make decisions, right? I'm talking about today, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to collect the right numbers, direct response numbers. I'm going to show you how to collect the right numbers. I'm going to show you what those numbers are. I'm going to show you what those numbers mean. And most importantly, I'm going to show you how those numbers simply tell you what to do to make more money, how those numbers tell you what to do to tweak a broken or underperforming funnel, how those numbers tell you what to do to scale up your profitable traffic, how they tell you what to do at every step of the scaling process. And the beauty is, with these numbers, right? Like that you don't need to be good at math. You don't need to be some math wizard, some engineering wizard, some arithmetic wizard. You're not going to have to work with crazy spreadsheets or weird calculations, and you're not going to have to waste a ton of time fooling around with any kind of crazy tracking codes. But the beauty is that by the time we're done today, right, that when you have these numbers, when you're collecting these numbers or the collection is being done for you, right, and you have these numbers and you're able to then see what the numbers are telling you, right, this whole game becomes easy for you. This whole game becomes very black and white, very straightforward, very objective for you. It's no longer about you guessing, wondering, operating in the dark, throwing darts at the wall. It literally is look at the number and the number tells you exactly what to do. And the top marketers, my clients, the best of the best, they get this. They understand this, right? They collect the right numbers. They look at the numbers every day, right? And they let the numbers tell them exactly what to do, right? And that's how they're able to make the easy and profitable marketing decisions because they're right in front of them, right? And that's how they make it look simple and easy. This whole game comes really down to this slide. And I want you to kind of ponder this later. By the way, as a side note, once we get into the meat of this, right, I want you to know that, right, I'm going to go at rapid pace, but I'm totally down to hang out in the end and answer whatever questions it is that you guys and gals may have about anything that I share with you today. But it comes down to this, that the difference between the average marketer that struggles, right, that's struggling to get even their first big money marketing funnel up, like their first wildly profitable funnel, the big difference between those folks and the savvy marketer is that the savvy marketer operates as what I call a mathematical marketer. They understand that at the foundation of direct response is numbers. I don't mean numbers as in volume. I mean numbers as in we're playing an arithmetic game. We're playing a math game. At the foundation of what we do, it's mathematics, whether it be, right, the opt-in page on your funnel, right? It's all about understanding, let's say, just to keep things real simple for a second, right? Like how well is that page performing? And that's based on opt-in rate, which is a number, right? There's sales conversion rate, right? There's order form completion rate. There's upsell take rate, right? At the root of what it is that we're doing, there's $1 out and $1.50, $2, $2.50 back in. At the root of what we do is mathematics. And the savviest marketer understands that. They get the fact that we're not playing a creative game like brand institutional advertising, right? And so the savvy mathematical marketer understands that. They collect the right numbers. They review the right numbers. They understand what those numbers are telling them, like I'm going to teach you today, and then they let those numbers tell them what to do next. Whereas the average assumption marketer doesn't realize that at the foundation of this business is simple mathematics. Either they don't realize that and therefore they're ignoring the whole mathematical element, even though it's the foundation of this business, or they're just not collecting the right numbers, or they don't understand what those numbers are telling them. And therefore they're not making decisions based on the simple black and white objective information in front of them. And so they're forced to kind of take their best shot. They're forced to, right, like go on guesses or assumptions, or right, they're using trial and error marketing, and that's a beast. That's a beast, and there's a lot of issues that come into play there that we're going to eliminate for you today. That experience is wildly different from what the savvy marketer experiences. There is no, like, I'm not this creative genius. I'm not this wild sales machine. I don't know deep psychology or crazy persuasion tactics, but I understand that at the foundation of what we're doing online is simple mathematics. And when you understand what those numbers are, right, you simply just let the numbers tell you what to do. That's why I love the way this dude, I don't know him personally, but David Cristello, the CEO of Jetpack Workflow, I love the way he said it. He said, quote, the difference between those two, right, the mathematical marketer, call it, and the assumption marketer, is that one is a shot in the dark, right? Maybe this will work, but I'll really never know for sure, right? Unless I try it, unless I throw a dart at the wall and see what sticks. And hopefully after trying enough, I'll figure it out. Versus the second option, right, the mathematical marketer, where you know with certainty whether a specific marketing campaign is worth investing more money into, more time into, whether a specific traffic channel, what needs to be tweaked, fixed, changed, tested. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're talking about you finally having that same level of confidence when making your decisions, knowing that you're making the right decisions based on objective data, not based on your guesses or assumptions, right? For your funnels, for your offers, for your traffic sources, for your traffic segments, for your ads, etc. And when you choose to operate this way, like, and you're going to make a choice today, right? There's no information product for sale at the end of this. Like, so I'm not pitching you on some mathematical marketer info product, but you're going to understand what it means to operate as a mathematical marketer. It's a choice. When you choose to operate this way, you're going to have a few specific numbers that tell you literally what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what needs to change, where it needs to change, how it needs to change, including, again, what to tweak, fix, test, etc. And like I said, that's the beauty of what we're doing, right, with direct response. Because with direct response, compared to brand institutional advertising, right, direct response, when you have these numbers, it doesn't take wild creativity or sales chops or, right, or persuasion knowledge or deep psychology, right? Because as a mathematical marketer, the numbers just tell you what to do, what decisions to make, how to fix your broken or underperforming funnel. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to walk you through the exact process that I use to fix any broken or underperforming funnel in just a few minutes, right? How to improve and scale a good funnel and how to make more money from everything that you are doing. Now, at the foundation of this needs to be, hopefully it should be obvious by this point, that in order to collect these numbers, you have to have proper tracking in place. I'm going to explain to you what that looks like and the type of tracking that you need and how it's very easy to set up in just a second. But like, look, I need you to understand something that, like, I cannot stress enough for you. That for the online marketers that are not properly tracking every piece of their marketing funnel, right? For the ones that aren't tracking their marketing, don't know what's going on at every stage, every piece with every traffic source, I truly have no freaking idea how they can expect to be successful other than sheer luck. Honestly, other than trial and error. I mean, like I said, understand at the foundation of this game is math. We're playing a mathematical game. We're playing a mathematical game. The average marketers that aren't tracking, right, that they don't understand that they're playing a mathematical game. They think that they're playing a different game. They're playing a mathematical game, but they don't have the numbers, right? And so they're forced to kind of try to play this game without the necessary tools, without the necessary knowledge, without the board in front of them, without the field clearly in front of them. Right. And so I have no idea, with the exception of trial and error, how the average assumption marketer can expect to be successful. And so why do I say it so emphatically for you guys and gals? Because, right, if you're not properly tracking, nothing is being measured for you. And if nothing is being measured for you, there's no way to scientifically, objectively improve anything. Right? There's no way to reliably, using numbers, improve the right thing, right? Unless you're just through trial and error, through luck. And the reality is that the ability for us as direct response marketers to objectively, scientifically improve your marketing results, that's at the foundation of what makes DR, of what makes direct response such a straightforward and beautiful and simple and direct business growth vehicle for you. Let me drive it home before we just totally jump into to these goodies here. Let me drive it home with one metaphor that I think to me just nails it for you, and hopefully you'll totally get it and remember it. being an assumption marketer to me and not tracking your marketing and collecting the right numbers and looking at the numbers, right, is like being an investor in the stock market and not tracking your investments. Imagine if you were trying to be successful investing in the stock market without monitoring how well your equities are performing, without monitoring whether you're making money or losing money on different stocks, without monitoring which one of your holdings are going up or which ones are going down, without monitoring which part of your portfolio is doing well, is doing poorly, what's behind, what's on pace for your goals. How in the world could an investor like that ever be expected to make any kind of consistent, smart, reliable decisions about which investments to cut, which to keep, which to scale up, which to scale down, what to fix, change, tweak, right? Like think about it for 1 second, right? Would you ever give your money to be managed to an investor that operates like that? The answer is of course not, because we know that without tracking and measuring, right, everything, right, how could those investors know if and when they need to change anything? How could they know if and when they need to adjust one stock up or down? How could they know if and when some piece of their strategy is just whacked and needs to be completely changed? They can't know that. And the same holds true for the assumption marketers who are not properly tracking their marketing and getting and using their numbers. That's why I love the way HubSpot said it, plain and simple. If you're not tracking your marketing campaign, oh, honey, I love that. Oh, honey, are you making a big mistake? And so let me say this for you, and this is one of those things to kind of remember ongoing with your marketing funnels when you're scaling and improving your sales, your ROI, that the easy answer to any and every traffic or conversion problem that you may be having is found within your marketing numbers. And what I mean by that is that if you already understand the importance and the basics of traffic and conversion, like you understand the basics of getting traffic, you understand the basics of generating a lead, you understand what an email follow-up sequence is, you understand what a one-click upsell is, right? If you understand those things, but you are still struggling to experience your first profitable marketing funnel, you have a numbers collection problem, you have a simple data problem. And so step one for you, right, in becoming a successful mathematical marketer is making sure that we set up proper tracking for you so that you're getting those same simple numbers that tell you each part, piece, and stage of your marketing funnel and how it's performing at any given point, right? So that begs the question then, what is proper tracking? Well, today, for the type of marketing we do, right, with funnels, excuse me, with direct response online, it's what's referred to as complete campaign tracking. I'm going to walk you through what complete campaign tracking is and how to set it up in just a minute, but I need you to understand that complete campaign tracking differs tremendously from your typical analytics program like Google Analytics, and it certainly differs tremendously from like what the typical, like if you guys and gals have ever seen like the typical ad tracker or click tracking application. And so about 8 years ago, I started to invest. I invested a lot of money in trying to learn how to use complete campaign tracking with Google Analytics. I spent in the thousands of dollars through certifications, through home study programs, books, videos, consultants to try to figure out how to do complete campaign tracking. And I came to two frustrating realizations. One, Google Analytics is a great program for simple website analytics, like for looking to seeing what browser your folks are on or what geolocation your visitors are coming from. But when it comes to complete campaign tracking, it is a freaking beast to set up properly. The second thing that I realized with Google Analytics is that with complete campaign tracking is that one tiny mistake in the setup and the data across the board is flawed and inaccurate. And what's the use in collecting any data if the data is even slightly flawed? Why should we feel comfortable or confident making decisions if we don't know what's accurate and inaccurate about the data? It reminds me in a lot of ways of like if I was, like I'm a parent, I got 2 daughters, right? And if one of my daughters was under the weather and I thought she was running a fever, like if you were a parent, how confident would you be in taking the temperature of your of your child if you knew that the thermometer could be inaccurate? Would you feel comfortable making a decision about what to do next for them, right? Or how comfortable would you feel having your money in a bank that didn't give you accurate data or accurate measurements or accurate reports on your bank balance, your deposits, your withdrawals, right? And so I immediately switched from Google Analytics and I went on the hunt for like, another, click tracking, ad tracking application. But what I found was that they either don't give accurate numbers, they don't calculate the numbers properly, they didn't track every piece of a funnel, they didn't track across mobile, or they required tons of different tracking links and pixels and all that nonsense, right? Not to mention they all look like they're freaking designed by like an accountant or like a CFO, right? And so every time I logged into these freaking sites, I was miserable trying to make heads or tails of what the heck is going on with my funnels. What's working, what's not, what's converting, what's not, what's the constraint. Like I'm going to teach you guys in just a couple of minutes. And not so about 18 months ago, I just made the decision to hire a development team to build me the perfect application. And fortunately, for about 6 years of my 14-year journey, I founded and ran one of the most popular SaaS companies, software as a service. And so I understand exactly what it takes to have a development team create a killer application. We call it Conversion Fly. And at the end of our training today, I'm just going to give you the opportunity to grab and use Conversion Fly to track all of your stuff using, what it is that I'm going to teach you today. This way, you don't have to figure out anything. You could just use the same thing that I'm using. For now, it's important for you to understand what complete campaign tracking is, how it works, and I want you to understand how it gives you the confidence to make the right decisions to scale your marketing, right? And so I want to walk you through this. So first and foremost, what complete campaign tracking does for you, right, is, and I want you to understand, I want you to think about as I'm walking you through this. And if you have any questions, write them down in the GoToWebinar Q&A box. Like I said, I will definitely come back in the end and answer whatever questions you have about any of this, any of these numbers, any of this process, because we're now going to get into it here, right? So, and I want you to think about how this helps you to just make better decisions, the right decisions, the profitable decisions with your marketing. So first and foremost, what complete campaign tracking does for you is it shows you how each and every step of your marketing funnel, in this particular example, right, we're looking at like a 4-page, funnel. It shows you how every step in your marketing funnel is performing and converting, meaning it's showing you how each piece, each step, each stage of your marketing funnel is doing its job, the job that it is designed to do. That's the very first basic element of complete campaign tracking. But it also shows you how your funnel and each piece, step, stage, whatever you want to call it, each page is performing for each and every source of traffic, paid or free, right? So whether you're using paid traffic, whether you're just using organic, whether you're using a combination of both, it shows you how every one of your marketing campaigns, promotions, funnels, is performing and how every piece is performing from beginning to end per traffic channel, including things like the actual dollar value of every visitor. I'm not talking about the projected or forecasted value. I'm talking about what is a visitor worth to you from YouTube? What is a visitor worth to you from Google? What is a visitor worth to you from Facebook and Bing and Twitter, right? What is a lead worth to you? How much is a lead worth to you really in the real world from each and every traffic source? How much is every sale, every new customer worth to you on average? It's typically called average cart value, right? How much money you've spent and made back, which is always a positive thing to know. The speed at which the funnel is getting you your money back, which is called break-even speed, and getting you to profitable, right? So does it take you 48 hours for a particular funnel to bring you your money back from YouTube? Does it take 72 hours to get your money back from Google AdWords, right? And complete campaign tracking shows you how much money each of your customers from each of your funnels and from each traffic source, how much money your customers go on to spend with you after their initial transaction with you. Now, this information is huge. Like, right, this is enormously valuable. So let me give you an example, right? And an example of how I use these numbers, just these numbers alone, and show you what this can do for you, right? So let's imagine that you have a 5-piece marketing funnel, a simple marketing funnel, a traditional DR marketing funnel. You've got an opt-in page, a sales page, an order form, an upsell page, and a thank you page. And let's imagine that your funnel is getting traffic from 3 sources. So let's say it's getting traffic from Facebook ads, right? It's getting traffic from YouTube, and let's say it's getting some traffic from some organic Google listings. Well, first and foremost, what complete campaign tracking shows you is, like I said, how well is your opt-in page turning your visitors into leads? How well is your sales page turning those leads into buyers? How well is your order form completing the transaction? And how well is your upsell increasing the average cart value or increasing average transaction value? Now, this alone shows you what in your funnel is working properly, and it shows you, listen to me carefully here, it shows you which piece of your funnel, which specific piece needs to be optimized or tweaked, right? We call that the constraint in your funnel, right? Looking at these 4 numbers in this example, right? In this little example, opt-in rate, sales conversion rate, order form completion rate, and upsell take rate. Here, looking at these 4 numbers in this example, we're able to see the constraint in your marketing funnel. The constraint is nothing more than the one stage or step in your funnel that when it's tweaked, when it's tested, when it's improved, will make you more money and have the biggest positive impact on your return investment. It's the one step or stage or piece or element of your funnel, whatever you want to call it, that when optimized will bring you more money and a greater return on investment than if you worked on any other single piece of your funnel. Think of the constraint simply as the weakest link in your funnel chain, right? So if your funnel was a chain, it's only as strong as its weakest link. You know that, right? In every chain link, it doesn't matter how strong every other link is. The strength of a chain, the output of a chain is only determined by one thing and one thing only, and that's the constraint. It's only as good as the weakest link. So if every other link can withstand 1,000 pounds, but the weakest link can only withstand 500, your chain can only withstand 500 pounds. That's it. Doesn't matter if you strengthen this link, if you strengthen this link, this chain will still only be able to withstand 500 pounds of pressure or whatever, right? To strengthen the chain, you need to first and foremost identify the weakest link. Then you need to strengthen the weakest link. Like I said, trying to strengthen the chain by focusing on any other link other than the weakest link is a complete waste of time. Well, the same goes for improving and optimizing any marketing funnel, right? And that's why we always first identify the constraint using our optimization metrics. In this example, opt-in rate, sales conversion rate, order form completion rate, and upsell take rate. We identify the constraint and we focus on fixing and optimizing the constraint. And that's why those 4 numbers in this particular example with these 4 pages, that's why these numbers are so enormously valuable, right? Because they tell you without you having to wonder, guess, without trial and error, without trying, right? And finding out I focused on the wrong link. I focused on the wrong link again. I focused on the wrong link again. It shows you without having to guess, with certainty, with confidence, which piece of your funnel is that funnel constraint. And so when you're able to use those numbers just in this one example to identify the constraint, right, you're able to focus on that weakest link and you're able to fix that weakest link. And then you make the entire chain stronger, meaning that that's how you make more money. That's how you improve your return on investment. That's how I methodically fix and improve the performance of any broken or underperforming funnel. My own, my clients, agency clients, students, and then we continue to do that cycle, to go through that cycle over and over. That's why the reality is that the worst your funnel will ever perform, should ever perform, is today. Because when you are able to identify the constraint, you're constantly able to identify the constraint. Because the weak link today, when we fix it, right now it's no longer the weakest link. Now we identify the next weakest link. Maybe the next weakest link can only withstand 600 pounds. So we just increase the overall strength, right? And that's how you increase your sales, your conversions, and your return on investment from any funnel, right? Hopefully you see that when you don't have this information, there is simply no way for you to know what that constraint is with any level of confidence. The only way to identify it is through guessing, through assumption, through trial and error. When you have those numbers, it becomes very easy. Now, here's a point that I want you to understand, right? And this is like, especially for those of you that have done this for any significant length of time. This is huge. Tracking is huge, but it's not enough for you to simply track the conversion rate, right, of a funnel. Let's say you have one funnel. Let's say right now you literally just have one marketing funnel and that's it. Well, it's not enough to simply measure that funnel, the performance of the funnel and the performance of each piece of the funnel. It's not enough to simply, right, measure, let's say, return on investment, how much money you've made back, by looking at all of your traffic sources lumped under one umbrella. See, because, right, you might look and say, wow, we're monitoring, right? We've got complete campaign tracking and we're like crushing it. This funnel has a 643% return on investment, right? Man, and we're using Facebook and YouTube ads and we're getting organic traffic and this is great. Let's just keep doing everything. But if you break this out, you might find that Facebook is crushing it for you, right? Like just rocking the house for you, right? But YouTube is worthless, meaning that you're investing money and you're not generating any sales, right? And your organic traffic is just okay. Well, when you can only see this number and you only see the performance of your funnel for all of your sources lumped into one, you can't see that. And so if you continue to do this, you're leaving customers and profit on the table, right? When we're able to break this out, like I said earlier, and we're able to see how is your funnel performing just for Facebook? How is it performing just for YouTube? How is it performing just for your organic rankings? And you see that Facebook is rocking the house and YouTube is worthless. We can just take whatever money or time or energy you're investing into YouTube, move it over to Facebook. And by doing so, without investing any more money or any more time, you increase your customers, you increase your sales, and you exponentially increase your profits. But when you're lumping everything under one roof, you can't see that, right? Because when you do that, right, you can't see which sources of traffic are effective, which are ineffective, which are making you money, which are costing you money, which you should invest more time and energy and effort and focus into. That's why you need complete campaign tracking to see how your funnel is performing for each source of traffic. Like, how is it doing for Facebook? Right? How is each piece and right? But how is it doing in terms of profit? How is it doing from YouTube? How is it doing from organic rankings, right? And what's your conversion and all that? How are each traffic source doing for you? Right? And the beauty is that, right, that complete campaign tracking shows you that. With complete campaign tracking, you are able to see that. You're able to see the full picture. You're able to see the numbers across the board for each source of traffic, paid or free. And today, right, like in 2016, right, this is huge. It's huge. When I started 14 years ago, we had like 3 sources of traffic. Literally, like 3 sources of traffic. Today, there are like 33. Facebook ads and Twitter ads and Google AdWords, retargeting, LinkedIn ads, email solo ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, contextual ads, real-time bidding like CPV, you name it. Being able to see how each one of those sources of traffic, whether you're using 2 sources, whether you're using 1 source, whether you're using 4 sources, does not matter. The ability to see how every one of those traffic sources are performing for you for a single funnel, for multiple funnels, if you have those, is critical, right? Because it's having those numbers that tells you exactly which traffic sources to use more of, which to stop using, where to focus your time and energy for more sales and more profits. That's why you should be jacked and thrilled about complete campaign tracking, especially if you are tired of not knowing what the heck is going on with your funnels, like what's working, what's not working, right? What to focus on to fix things or to optimize things. What like if you're tired of not knowing where you should be focusing your time and energy in order to scale your sales and customers. Like I said earlier, when you operate as an assumption marketer and you don't have the right tracking, you're left to make decisions based on guesses. But when you operate as a mathematical marketer, you see those decisions. You know what the decisions are. There is no more operating in the dark, right? The other thing that I want you to get that I want you to get, especially for those of you that are either involved right now in media buying, paid traffic, or those of you that are wanting to get scale more paid traffic, but you've got fear in terms of capital, right? That with complete campaign tracking, you also know exactly to the T how much money you can invest on each and every individual traffic source so that you remain profitable, so that you never spend any more on any one source than you should. You see, when you're tracking, shows you how much, for example, every visitor is worth to you on average from each traffic source, like how much a visitor is worth to you from YouTube. And it shows you how much is a visitor worth from Facebook and how much a visitor is worth from Google AdWords. You should already see how that can radically change the game for you, right? Because you know what it is that you can spend then on each of these sources and what you shouldn't spend, right? When you know exactly how much you can invest on each and every one of those sources, you know what to spend to ensure that you generate a profit and never more, never negative. Like, for example, you might have one funnel right now and you might find for that one funnel, the one funnel, right, that every visitor from YouTube is worth $1 to you on average. Some could be worth less, some could be worth more, but on average, when you have complete campaign tracking in place, you'll see, let's say that the average YouTube visitor is worth $1. You might see that the average Facebook visitor into that same exact funnel is only worth 80 cents. Right? Because we know that not all traffic sources are created equally. And you might see that every visitor from Google AdWords is only worth 20 cents into that same exact marketing funnel. Well, cool, because now you know exactly how much you should be willing to invest to profitably get more and more traffic, more and more visitors, more and more leads, more and more customers from each and every one of those sources. You know, for example, that you can afford to spend up to $1 to get a visitor from YouTube and still remain right profitable. But you know that you can't spend any more than 80 cents to get a visitor from Facebook for that same exact funnel. And you know that you can't spend more than 20 cents on a visitor from Google AdWords. And that if you can't spend 20 cents or less on Google AdWords, then you need to cut it out because it's too expensive for the way it performs in that particular funnel. See, it shows you exactly what you should be willing to invest. That's why I said earlier that this is a black and white game. It's not guesswork. It's not assumptions. It's a mathematical black and white game. That's how the top marketers are able to invest with confidence, knowing that, look, it's simple. We know that on average, every visitor from YouTube is worth $1, so we can spend up to $1 to just continue to pour more and more and more and more leads and customers through this funnel. And the same thing with 80 cents with Facebook, and the same thing with 20 cents with Google AdWords and every other source that you might use or want to use to build your business. But like I said, the assumption marketer that doesn't have those numbers, there's no way for them to know what they should invest. If they're only looking at a lump sum, like, hey, we made right $172 back, they don't know which of these sources are profitable, right? Which are losing them money and which maybe are a total waste of time. Right? And so they have no idea where to invest more money, where to spend less, what to cut out, what to scale up to grow their business. So they become stagnant. They become stagnant. They're afraid to make an investment, or if they do, it becomes a crapshoot. They're not sure what the outcome is going to be. But when you choose today to operate as a mathematical marketer, it's black and white. It's right there in front of you. It's simple. There is no more guesswork. There is no more wondering, and there is no more fear because it's right there. And this is even that much more critical for you with complete campaign tracking if you operate in a marketplace or a niche where there is a substantial mobile or tablet presence. And the reality is that you really already know that more and more people, right, are accessing the net, accessing the web, engaging with your funnels, right? Like if, excuse me, through tablet, through mobile, right? Well, the beauty is that that with complete campaign tracking, you have what's called lossless tracking. Lossless tracking is just really a fancy way of saying that every visitor that moves across your funnel, that engages with your funnel, that moves between devices, that starts on a mobile, starts on an iPhone, goes to a tablet, goes to a MacBook, or MacBook to tablet, to right, that everything is being tracked and reported properly. So for example, if somebody sees a Facebook ad on their iPhone and then opts in to your list, and then they watch your sales video on their iPad, but then like me, they buy the majority of stuff on their laptop, that everything is being tracked properly. See, that's a huge point for you, because I want you to understand that the common like tracking application out there is based on what's called pixels and tracking cookies, right? Pixel tracking cookies are device specific. They are really browser specific. That means that if somebody opts in on their mobile device and then they buy on their laptop, that the typical tracking application will not record that, because it's based on a pixel and a tracking cookie that is device specific. And so if that happens, when that happens for the average marketer, right, they get flawed data. It's flawed data because somebody clicks on their mobile ad, right? And it registers as a click in their account and it becomes an expense, right? They see that we got a click, we paid X, we paid 50 cents or whatever it is. And then it shows that somebody bought, but it doesn't show that's linked back to that click. So then the marketer ends up thinking, wow, we spent a lot here. It didn't lead to sales. We were getting sales elsewhere. And they wind up cutting out campaigns that they should legitimately continue using. And that's why it's critical that you have lossless tracking, which is another reason why you want complete campaign tracking. Now, I want to deviate for 1 second, and I want to cover 4 quick things for you. Okay, I want to cover these at rapid pace for you so we could dive into some of the additional measurements and what they mean and how you're going to use them in just a couple minutes. Like I said earlier at the very start, right, I've been blessed to work with thousands of online entrepreneurs today, 23 different countries. I've seen some incredible success stories, folks going from zero or struggling or in debt to literally tens of thousands of dollars a week, even millions of dollars a year, right? And it's been a pleasure and an honor to be part of that. But I've also seen what holds the majority back. What holds the majority back from ever breaking through to stable, consistent, and reliable income, right? Like income that comes in week after week after week after week, right? I've seen what holds others back from trying to crack the nut, so to speak, of online marketing, right? And so I want to share with you the 4 traps that I see that keep the average marketer from ever being able to break through as it relates to what it is that we're talking about today, so that you avoid those same 4 traps. So first and foremost, the first of these misconceptions is this idea that, like, if you're just a new marketer, if you're wet behind the ears, if you're just learning the basics right now, right, that you don't need to track, that you don't need to look at numbers, that tracking and numbers is beyond you, right? Like, the reality is that the absolute best perfect time for you to begin tracking and looking at and using numbers and letting the numbers guide your decisions is when you are just starting out. Because it's those numbers that will allow you to eliminate guessing, eliminate assumptions, and make the right decisions with science and objectivity, right? See, it's having those numbers that allow you to start with a small budget and scale. Like when I started my business 14 years ago, I started with $850. To this day, I have never invested another dime of my personal money into any of my ventures. I started with $850 and that's it. Right? You need the numbers to guide you so you don't burn through whatever budget or capital you do have, even if it's $50, $250, right? It's having those numbers that allow you to grow big and allow you to grow quickly without having to risk your money on guesses and assumptions. And the reality is that when you're just starting out, right, the odds are your guesses and assumptions are not going to be right. If there was ever a time when you shouldn't feel comfortable with your guesses or assumptions, it's when you're just starting out. The second assumption is that if you don't have a big email list or any list at all, or you're just not like, you're not getting a lot of traffic, right, that you don't need proper tracking, right? Well, you already know, hopefully you already know that if you want to grow big, at some point you need to start using paid traffic, right? That the biggest players, the players that my clients that have high 6-figure, 7-figure, and 8-figure marketing funnels all leverage paid traffic. right? It's when you have proper tracking in place and you're getting the numbers and you're letting the numbers guide you, that's what allows you to accurately, confidently pick and use the best sources of traffic for your funnel. The ones that bring you the profit, that bring you your money back the quickest, the ones that get you to profit the quickest, right? So you don't have to have fear of risking your money. The third misconception is that tracking and using numbers is only for marketers that are doing like media buying, only for the ones that have a huge budget or of paid traffic, right? That it's not for you if you're only getting organic traffic. Well, look, even if you only plan on ever using free traffic sources, you still should want to know which of your sources are converting for you into new customers, right? And which ones aren't, which are bringing you the most amount of new customers, which are generating the highest value new customers for you, which are the ones that you should focus your time on and which ones you shouldn't. Right? When you have tracking in place and you have the numbers, even when you're only getting free traffic, you have everything that you need, right? To still maximize your sales, profits. And yes, I say return on investment because even with free sources of traffic, they're still your investment of time, energy, effort, right? And so you should still want to know those. And the fourth and final misconception for today is that the whole idea, right, of tracking and numbers and mathematics of direct response, that it's confusing, that it's outside of your comfort zone. Well, here's the reality, right? The reality is it may be outside of your comfort zone. I'm not here to say that it's not. It absolutely may be outside of your comfort zone, right? But here's the reality. The reality is that you need to be willing to do a little bit of work and do some things that you have not done up to this point if you want to break through, right? Because like one of my earliest mentors used to hammer into me, he used to say to me, if nothing changes, then nothing will change. If you ignore this whole element of numbers and tracking, and you simply continue to do what it is that you've done up to this point, right? There's no reason why you should expect anything to change. You already know that doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. And so if you want to start to operate the way the top marketers do as a mathematical marketer, you need to be willing to make a commitment to do the things that work, not the things that you wish would work, not the things that you hope would work, but the things that actually work, right? You need to make a slight change. You need to be willing to start tracking and letting the numbers simply tell you what to do, right? Instead of simply trying to guess your way to success and hope that things work throwing darts at the wall, right? And so that's where Conversion Fly comes in. Right. And like I said, in just a few minutes, I'm going to give you the opportunity to grab and use this tool that I had created for me. But with Conversion Fly, there is no more operating blindly, right, with your marketing, right? There is no more marketing in the dark trying to figure anything out. There's no more fear of which traffic sources to use because you have all the numbers. You have the information right in front of you. It's why I love the way this dude, David was a beta test user. We had 283 beta testers for Conversion Fly. He just said, talking to you, he said, use this because it's designed by a very successful marketer for people that want to become a very successful marketer, right? He said, and Mark Peters said, it will give you the confidence to scale your business up when you see the real numbers, right? And so here's the deal. Before I show you Conversion Fly and then tell you how to grab it, I need you to understand that it has taken, like I said, 18 months to create Conversion Fly. A lot of money and a crazy amount of testing and iterations. Like I said, we had 283 paid marketers that paid to get early access to Conversion Fly to be part of the beta testing group, right? We had some of the most well-known marketers. We had like Andre Chaperon was in here. We had some well-known marketers that paid to be part of this beta test. We had direct response marketers, bloggers, info product publishers, podcasters. We had like a ton of different folks. We wanted a variety of different types of marketers in here to put this thing through the ringer. And we blasted Conversion Fly, like broke it multiple times. We pushed this thing to the threshold because we tested it on all kinds of different content publishing platforms. We used all different kinds of order processing mechanisms, merchant providers. We tested it with 10 different traffic channels. And here's the thing. Just this past March, just at the beginning of this March, we freaking nailed this thing. You're about to see it in a second. And we didn't just nail it, we completely revolutionized the way you will forever measure and optimize your online marketing. I love the way Euro said it. He said, conversion fly in the marketing industry is like Tesla cars in the car industry. Dave said, conversion fly has brought clarity to complexity rather than adding to it. I love the way this dude said it. Michael said, I have power now. I can glance at the numbers and graphics in the dashboard for my funnels and make decisions so quickly. Before, I felt like I was at the mercy of my customers, the economy, my competition. Conversion fly took the uncertainty away for good. And that's because conversion fly isn't just a tracking and reporting tool. It's a tracking, reporting, and optimization tool, right? Because it gives you actionable numbers, easy to understand, real-time, live, actionable numbers that you can use to make profitable decisions, right? No more using a tracking application that slams you with all kinds of like data, all kinds of numbers that you can't even make heads or tails of, or that are a waste, right? That you can't do anything with to make more money on some ugly interface, right? With conversion flies, you're about to see, you get easy numbers that on one dashboard that are going to tell you exactly what to do, what marketing moves to make more money, right? And so it's literally designed so that as a direct response marketer, you have every number at your fingertips that you need to make accurate, real, objective decisions, right? And so on one dashboard, you're going to see how each of your marketing funnels, whether you have one or whether you have 21 different funnels, how each of your funnels are performing from beginning to end. Every traffic source, every ad, every link, free or paid, every funnel, no matter how many pages, no matter how many steps, conversion rate, opt-in rate, sales conversion rate, upsell take rate, order form completion rate. Like there are 21 plus marketing metrics that are reported for every single campaign in there. So if you have 5 minutes a day that you are willing to invest into your business, just 5 minutes a day, when you log into Conversion Fly, you have everything that you need to know about everything that's going on with your marketing to make all the right decisions, all the right moves. That's why I like the way Andrew said it. He said it enables me to know precisely what is working and what is not. Now, when you log in, you could first see a high level view. So if you just want a snapshot, like of how everything is operating and what's going on with your different funnels, you can do that. If you're like me and you want to drill down, or if you spot something like if you've got a funnel that's not performing the way you want, you can drill down and you can see every detail of every funnel, including how every traffic source is performing, including trends, including numbers that I'm going to walk you through in just a bit. It's amazing. And it tracks everything for you. Like I said, whether you're investing in paid traffic or not. So it tracks organic, blog, social media, email traffic, referral traffic, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, as well as Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google AdWords, Bing ads. It tracks every source of traffic. And like I said, because it's built with lossless technology, it tracks everything across mobile, tablet, desktop, using a tracking triad and not just a pixel or cookie. And so this way, now you can see what's really working for you, right? What's not across every single device platform. You could see, like I said, the conversion rate of each step of your funnel, right? This way, you know which step is the constraint. So which step you can tweak and test to bring you more money, greater profit, greater return on investment. You could see how well each traffic source is performing for you for every funnel you have. This way, you can instantly spot the home runs from the duds, the winners from the losers, so that you're scaling the right sources of traffic, right? So that you're making more money from your traffic, so that you're investing whatever time, energy, effort, or money into traffic sources that are actually making you money. You can even do the same with ads and scale down to segments, right? To audiences that you're targeting. You can see how much every visitor is worth to you from every traffic source, so that you understand exactly what you should be paying to ensure that your traffic campaigns are profitable. You could see which of your funnels, your traffic sources, and ads are bringing you the most customers at the cheapest cost, right? So now it's not just which are bringing you the most amount of sales or customers. Now you can focus on the traffic sources that are building your list and bringing you customers at the highest profit margin, right? You can see how quickly each funnel is bringing you back your money. I said that's break-even speed and how quickly it produces a profit for you, right? This way, you can feel comfortable if you've got a small budget or a limited budget or you're debating between two traffic sources, you can feel comfortable that you're putting money into the source of traffic that's not only going to bring you a profit, but that's going to bring you your money back the quickest, right? I love the way Charles said it. He said, it allows you to make decisions based on what you see, and it just takes away the whole fear element. Right? Like you're going to invest, like you're going to spend $2,000 on a campaign, but you don't know how much you're going to make back. Conversion Fly helps you make an informed decision. You could see the lifetime value of every customer. This is the gold standard metric used by the biggest direct response marketers on the planet, right? Lifetime value tells you the real total value of the average customer over the life of their patronage with your business. It tells you what a customer is really worth to you, not just from the very first transaction, but how much is the average customer worth to you over the life of their patronage. And it shows you that per traffic source and per funnel. So now you could see, right, maybe you're getting 10 customers from Facebook and 10 customers from YouTube. Maybe it's costing you the same thing. Maybe they spend the same amount of money, but maybe you see that the lifetime customer value of the people coming from Facebook are worth double to your business that they are from YouTube. Right? So now you know which of your marketing efforts you should be focusing on that bring you the most valuable customers. And all that, right, is just the tip of the iceberg with what you can do with Conversion Fly. If you're wondering, it works with every single major page building platform, from ClickFunnels to Lead Pages to Optimize Press to Drupal, Joomla, you name it. It also works with JVZoo and ClickBank, Stripe, Infusionsoft, Entreport. It works with every major email autoresponder, and you can use it across multiple domains. And you don't need to be any kind of tech wizard to set it up, right? You can be up and running in under 20 minutes because the whole thing is completely web-based, right? So there's nothing for you to download. There's nothing for you to install. You don't need to mess around with FTPing or server requirements or any of that nonsense. And there's our support team as 5 individuals that you can chat with live at any moment because Conversion Fly is integrated with Intercom, right? So they're literally one click away. So you can feel comfortable knowing if you've got a question, if you need a little guidance, need a little help, need a little direction, or you want somebody to explain a number to you or where you run a particular report, they're right there for you. The other thing that I wanted done that I'm so proud of with this thing, and you're going to love this, is that after you copy and paste one single piece of code one time on your site, Conversion Fly begins working for you, and you never have to paste anything again. You don't have to mess around with any complicated tracking scripts or any action pixels or sales pixels or custom audience pixels or anything like that. You literally pop Conversion Fly on your website once, and your tracking is nailed, right? And you could do everything else from split testing and like everything. It's insane. Now, I talked a lot about paid traffic, but I want you to understand, right, that Conversion Fly is not about you spending more money, right, on more traffic necessarily. It's first and foremost about you making more money from everything that you are already doing, from all of your efforts, from everything you have set up, from everything you already have going on right now, from every visitor, from every offer, from every page right now. It's why I love the way Melanie said it. I love the second part of this. She said, it's about getting a really good handle on what my real return on investment is. That's incredible. Now, that's also why I had 2 crazy additional features built into Conversion Fly. For those of you that are advanced users or that are just like been doing this, you know, for any length of time, you're going to freaking love this. The first feature is what's called targeted traffic testing. Check this out. We call it T3 behind the scenes. With T3, you could now optimize a single funnel for more sales, for more profits, for greater conversions from each and every traffic source, meaning that you can optimize a single funnel for your YouTube traffic. You can optimize that same funnel for Facebook traffic individually while just having one single funnel. It's like split testing on steroids. And I'm going to walk you through this. This is perfect for you if you have only one funnel and you need to make sure that it brings you maximum profit. So check this out. Let's say you're getting traffic from Facebook ads and from YouTube for your funnel, right? From those 2 sources, right? So you log into Conversion Fly to see how your funnel is performing, how much money it's making you. You see that both sources of traffic are profitable. Woohoo, sweet. But you look at your dashboard and you notice that the upsell offer in the funnel, that it's not converting nearly as high for you for the traffic that's coming from YouTube as it is for the traffic that's coming from Facebook. Well, now with T3, with targeted traffic testing, you can tweak and test a new variation of the upsell offer for that funnel just for the YouTube traffic without changing anything or impacting anything for the traffic coming from Facebook. So imagine, right? You got Facebook and you got YouTube coming into this same funnel. Let's say we've got an upsell over here, right? Well, ordinarily, you would only see one conversion rate. Like you would only be able to see with traditional tracking, you'd only be able to see like, let's say that, this is whatever, this is 43%. Well, right, you can only see this, and there's no way to do anything with this upsell, right, without it impacting every source of traffic. Right? But with targeted traffic testing and with complete campaign tracking, you can see, right, that the upsell is maybe 61% for Facebook, but it's 18% for YouTube. Right? Now, with targeted traffic testing, what we can do is we can run a variation of this upsell just for the YouTube traffic, right? And leave this upsell alone for Facebook, right? So now we'll let Facebook do its thing because it's working, but now we're going to optimize just this one piece of the funnel for just this one traffic source. We might find that another piece of the funnel is working really well, like the opt-in page for YouTube, right? But the opt-in page is not doing as well for Facebook. Well, now we can leave the opt-in page alone for YouTube traffic while we optimize the upsell, right? And we could run a variation of the opt-in page just for Facebook traffic. Now you're able to optimize every single traffic source, right? So if you've got one funnel, this is how you max out this bad boy, right? Instead of simply looking at how your funnel is performing overall, right, as an average from all of your sources, right? And so now you're able to improve sales and profits and ROI from each and every traffic source for each and every funnel. It's insane. It is insane. It is a disgusting competitive advantage today. The second feature that I had built into ConversionFly is the ability for you to see funnel jump revenue. Now, funnel jump revenue gives you the ability to see when a prospect who doesn't buy from one campaign, who doesn't buy from one funnel, right? You're able to see when they do buy from a different funnel, campaign, sequence, or offer. See, the mistake that a lot of marketers make, and understand this, get this, because this alone, right, can bring you additional profits. Listen to this, right? So let's say you spent $100 on Facebook, right, to drive people into a particular funnel. And let's say you got 10 customers, right, that spent $8 each with you. I don't know, I'm just using this to keep things really simple, right? And so over here, you spent $100, right? And over here, you made back $80. Right now, to the average marketer who can't see funnel jump revenue, this is a losing campaign, right? Like to them, they say, I lost 20 bucks on this, right? So, it cost me $20 to get these customers. I went out of my pocket by $20. Right? But they're looking at this funnel in a vacuum and out of context. Because what happens if we take the unconverted leads, right? What happens if this marketer takes the unconverted leads and they put them into a different campaign for a different product? And maybe out pops, let's say, out pops over here 5 customers, right? At, let's say, $5 over here. 5 customers at $5. Now we generated $25. 25 plus 80 is 105. Now, when you're able to see that, when you're able to see this funnel jump revenue, right? This revenue that was generated because of this money, because of this campaign over here, we see that this is not a losing campaign. This is a winning campaign, right? Because we acquired 15 new customers. We still have leads that are unconverted, and right, we broke even. Well, we generated $5, right? So when you could see funnel jump revenue, right, you know how your prospects respond when you present them with follow-up buying opportunities. And so it opens up a whole new world of opportunity for you because you could see where unconverted leads from one funnel are later converting for you from a different marketing effort. Fact is, you could have certain clicks and leads that are worth a lot more to you right now than you even realize, right? Because you're looking at your funnels, your performance in a vacuum. You're looking at it out of context instead of looking at it as a whole. At the end of the day, right, I want to know if leads that came in through one funnel, through one traffic campaign later converted into money, because money is money. This way, with funnel jump revenue, you have a true full picture of what all traffic sources are really worth to you and how all the different pieces of your marketing are working together to bring you sales, customers, and profits. It's banging. It really is incredible. So hopefully you could see, right, Conversion Fly, it eliminates the need for any other tracking, optimization, or reporting tool. I only wanted one tool, right? And so I had it designed so that Conversion Fly brings all of your tracking, all of your numbers, and all of your reporting under one roof. You literally just log into one place, you look at one dashboard, and you have all the answers and direction that you need to be able to scale your marketing with confidence. Now, we just finished doing a big public launch for Conversion Fly. It ended about 2 weeks ago or so, something like that. And right, I think we put a little bit over. We have 1,000 new users, a little bit over 1,000 new users. And I've explained to everybody that Conversion Fly could easily sell for $1,999 for the year. There's no doubt that it's worth a multiple of that. There are already marketers using Conversion Fly that it's been worth more than that for them already, right? And we just released to the public just a handful of weeks ago, right? But here's the deal: I'm not going to be pricing Conversion Fly at $2,000 because frankly, I remember what it was like when I was just starting out, and I want to make sure that it's completely reasonable, even for the new marketers. It's most important for the new. It's important for everybody, but it's especially important for the new marketers because today there's no way that a marketer can be successful without these numbers. And so right now, Conversion Fly is just $799 annually. That $799 covers you for the entire year. But on this web training today, you are not going to pay $799. If you go to Conversion Fly right now and you scroll down, right, you will be asked when you get to the order form to pay $799. You're not going to pay $799. You're not even going to pay $599. Today on this training, you get Conversion Fly for an entire year for just one payment of $399. That's literally half off the regular price. It's a savings of $400. And when you love Conversion Fly next year and you want to keep using it, you'll be locked in at the 50% discount. On top of the 50% discount that I've got lined up for you because you're part of Fred's tribe today, I've got 4 insane bonuses for you that I believe, together with your Conversion Fly account, hand you everything you need to set up, test, optimize, improve, and scale your funnels like I do. And so the first bonus, this is what ensures that you understand how to properly set up the 17 most effective marketing funnel models online today. The models that I use with clients, you're not going to use all 17 of these, but these are the way I set up these different models depending on your business. It's a bundle called Next Level Marketing Funnel Maps. It's 17 marketing maps along with a video that walks you through how to set up and use each piece. So you can literally just go through the video, print out the maps, keep them by your desk. This way you can feel great when it's time for you to set up your next funnel or your first funnel, knowing that you're setting it up the same exact way I do. This bundle was originally sold for $197. You get it for free today. The second bonus is what ensures that you actually have a high conversion marketing funnel message, meaning that you have a marketing funnel that turns prospects into buyers, right? It's the recording of a killer 2.5 hour boot camp that I conducted a little bit over a week ago called How to Craft the Perfect Marketing Funnel Message Every Time, right? You go through this and you're going to learn the exact process that I use inside my agency to create our funnels for clients that pay us upwards of $50,000 to have me create a single marketing funnel for them. You're going to learn my entire method from beginning to end for crafting a marketing funnel message that turns your prospect's desire into demand for your product before you even mention the product. And if there was any one training that reveals, right, my secret sauce, what the market talks about is my secret sauce for creating marketing funnel messages that just convert like crazy, and why and how I've become known as the go-to guy for doing this training is it. This training could easily sell for $1,000, and quite frankly, it may in the future. Today, you get it free with your ConversionFly account. Third bonus you get is what ensures that you understand how to use and scale paid traffic like we do. It's called How to Double Your Traffic Every Month for the next 4 months, starting with any budget. I flew in Kurt Molly, the founder of Black Box Social Media, traffic extraordinaire, to give a private presentation on this topic to my private clients at MFA Live in West Palm Beach. With this training, you're going to learn the exact methodology and process that we use when it comes to paid traffic so that you can just pump more and more and more prospects and buyers into your funnel. Right now, in order to get this presentation, you'd have to shell out $497. Today, you get it for free. And the fourth free bonus that you get today is what ensures that you understand what the marketing metrics are in ConversionFly. Like, you understand what they're telling you, what decisions you should make, and what decisions I would make based on your ConversionFly account. It's called Understanding Your Marketing Metrics. In addition to those 4 bonuses, you also got 30-day money-back guarantee, so you risk nothing, right? You can test it out. Don't even say yes. Just put it to the test, try it for the next month, and then decide, right? You're either thrilled with how easy it is to use and how easy it is to set up and how accurately it tracks and reports your numbers and how much more confidence you have in making your decisions, or you can send over 1 email and you get your money back. If that's what you decide, even as early as tomorrow, you get all your money back, and you can still keep all of the bonuses as my way of just saying thanks for trying it out. And so here's everything that you get today, and then I'm going to shut up and take whatever questions there are. You get ConversionFly for an entire year at the half price discount. You get the free bonus training, 17 Next Level Marketing Funnel Maps bundle. You get the free bonus training, How to Craft the Perfect Marketing Funnel Message. You get the free bonus training, How to Double Your Traffic every month for the next 4 months, starting with any budget. And you get the free bonus training, Understanding Your Marketing Metrics. You get everything for just $3.99 for an entire year. You don't even have to say yes. Just say maybe, try it out for the next 30 days and see for yourself. And to get everything, this is wrong. This is my bad. I'm gonna figure out a new date with Fred right now. My apologies for that. But you just go here to get everything. ConversionFly.com/Fred, and you are good to go. And so, Fred, are there any questions for me?
Well, before I go into questions, first of all, thank you for this amazing presentation, because I myself was looking forward for something like this. And honestly, guys, I just went into ConversionFly.com/Fred to grab an account, because for me, I know that with me just paying $3.99 right now, I can make this money back in just a couple days. With the amount of traffic that I buy and the simplicity of this software, I can virtually promise you right now that this will actually make you more money for any of you that are buying traffic. And as you guys all know, I teach about traffic. I'm a media buying expert. And I know for a fact that there is a lot of money on the table. In fact, when my friend, a mutual friend of Todd and I, have the introduction to the both of us, he kind of said, Fred, you know what? You buy a ton of traffic online. You buy multi-millions of dollars every year, but you know that you're actually missing a lot of money on the table. And I kind of got offended a little bit. I go, like, okay, what are you trying to say? I am making a profit from my 7-figure spend that I do every year. What are you talking about? And he said, well, you got to meet Todd and have Todd give you this training. So I got in touch with Todd, and long and behold, this completely wowed me. Because for us, for people, for marketers, especially when we're advanced, and even for newbies right now, you will get lost in the mix. You will think that the traffic is not working. But it's not necessarily the traffic that is not working. It's really because you have a broken sales funnel. And now with ConversionFly, with just $3.99, you can actually gain access and see where you're actually making money and simply eliminate the ones that are not and split test. Now, not to mention, you're not just getting a ConversionFly account to really track software. A lot of you guys might be thinking, well, I don't know how to actually craft a funnel. Well, guess what? Todd just gave you 4 additional bonuses that's going to help you craft the perfect message. This is something that I don't know how to teach. I can be upfront and honest with you. This is something that I don't know how to teach. And the reason why is that I'm not classified as an expert or an authority about conversion, but Todd is. And this is why Todd wants to give his training and give what he uses to help people craft funnels, people that are paying him tens of thousands of dollars, like $50,000 just to craft a funnel. But now you have the same opportunity. So right now for me, it is a complete no-brainer. I would just go to www.conversionfly.com/Fred and get this. And right now you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So try it out for a month. Like Todd said, try it out for a month and be thrilled. And if you're not, you can still keep all the bonuses, which I don't think any single marketer online will actually give you such bonuses. And in fact, he's giving you the bonus even if you don't think ConversionFly is right for you. But I can virtually guarantee you, if you're starting to have traffic to your website, you need ConversionFly. And I'm picking up an account right now because as Todd was doing the presentation, I was actually looking at some of my campaign stats. I'm testing some new traffic source, but I'm not sure if I set it up correctly or if I set it up right. So what I've done when Todd was going through ConversionFly, I was like, I need this. I definitely need this because then I can precisely figure out if my new traffic source is working and what sales funnel is working for me. So guys, I highly recommend you grab ConversionFly right now. Just go to www.conversionfly.com/Fred. Now, another thing that I want to talk to you guys about is, do you guys have any questions? Tell me if you guys are excited. I know that Rusty was giving me I want right away. And he's like, I want this, because people see a true value with this software. And I highly encourage you to grab this right now. Just go to www.conversionfly.com/Fred. And guys, just give it a shot. All you have to do is just install a piece of code. And for me, I can tell you also, there are other places online or software that's similar to this, okay? But I can tell you for a fact that it costs you so much more money. And you cannot even find out what your funnel is going to be. Just tracking alone. If you want to track multiple traffic sources, or you want to track where it's actually getting your sale, there are softwares out there like Cake and Hat Offers. And you know what? I just got off a call with Cake yesterday, and they gave me a quote of $2,000 just to start, and then $1,200 every single month. That is almost over $15,000 a year. And you know what? The stuff that they have is nowhere near what you get inside ConversionFly. And not to mention, you know what? Another thing, I was looking at another solution called Hat Offers. It's $279 a month, and boy, can I tell you, it's so complicated where I shut down the account in less than 30 days. I shut it down right away because I just can't get it to work. I'm still considered a savvy marketer, but I still have to cancel it because it just didn't work. And in fact, it has a lot of functionality that ConversionFly has that they do not have. So again, it's a no-brainer. I highly encourage you and urge you to go to www.conversionfly.com/Fred. You're getting it for 50% off right now, but I know for a fact that if you go to conversionfly.com, which I did, I actually checked it out before the webinar, it is listed at $7.99. So for today, and in this training, you can get it for 50% off. So I'm going to shut up right now. There's actually a bunch of questions coming in, Todd, and I think it'll be great if you can answer them. So A said, will I be able to use this product to create a funnel?
So you won't. So I think the question is really about like setting up and designing the funnel. And so Conversion Fly is not a page builder, right? It doesn't replace like WordPress. It doesn't replace like if you're using Lead Pages or InstaBuilder, InstaPage or something like that. You still need to have your pages, but Conversion Fly will track everything. So it's not actually creating the funnel, it's tracking, reporting, and allowing you to optimize the funnel.
Cool stuff. All right. Another question is, can this work for affiliate promotion?
So the answer is yes, it can. However, it needs to be with affiliate promotions that where you control. You have access to the page. So, like, if you're working with a partner, like, so let's say if Fred and I were working together, right? Like, Fred could give me his Conversion Fly code, and we could pop it onto the page that we're using for him. Like I mentioned, Conversion Fly can be used across domain. So, but for the marketer that is, let me say this, for the marketer that Conversion Fly is not for. It's not for the marketer that's simply doing what I would call an arbitrage play, meaning they're simply brokering traffic, like they're simply buying traffic on some third party site or platform, and they're trying to pay 20 cents a click, and they're sending folks directly to some kind of CPA offer or something like that, and hoping to make back 21 cents a click. Remember that Conversion Fly was designed to be a tracking, reporting, and optimization tool. And so for those type of marketers that are just using an arbitrage play, they don't have any opportunity to optimize anything, right? Because they're just brokering traffic. And so, as long as you have the ability to coordinate with a partner, the answer is yes. And I saw just as a just to jump ahead for 1 second, I saw that somebody had asked, I think it was named Vance, how many sites can it be used on, and for how many funnels total? And so with the account that you guys get, there is no limit. So there is no limit to the number of domains that you can use it on, or sites, and there is no limit to this account in terms of how many funnels that you can set up. And so it's not an enterprise account. So like if you're an agency and you have clients, it's not right. You can get an enterprise account if you want, but for your own personal account, there's no limit to the amount of domains that you can use it on, and there's no limit to the amount of funnels that you can set up. And somebody had asked if it worked with ClickBank, and the answer is yes.
Amazing. All right. Well, guys, I highly encourage you to really grab Conversion Fly and check it out and install it on your website. It will definitely make your money back in a very, very short amount of time. And you have an entire year. All you have to pay is just $3.99. So again, Todd, thank you very much for being here. Is there any last words that you have?
Well, first and foremost, man, I just appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share with your tribe. I know how protective I am of my tribe, and so I'm always enormously appreciative and grateful when somebody like yourself opens up the opportunity for me to chat with your people, man. And so, thank you so much. And for everybody else, for you guys and gals, I so appreciate your time and attention on here today. I really hope that you give Conversion Fly a shot, because I think that what you'll find is that it truly is a game changer. I hate to use that word or that phrase because it sounds so trite and cliche today, but it truly is a game changer for you, because it will allow you to operate without having to work based on guessing or making assumptions or like throwing a dart at the wall. Like, there is no more trial and error when you have these numbers. And all I would ask for you is that just give it a shot, right? You risk nothing. At the end of the day, Fred said, and this is actually this bonus alone, right? Like, this bonus alone, I believe, can be a radical game changer for you. This is the program that I said can sell easily for $1,000. Like, and so you really truly risk nothing by putting it to the test. And that's because I know what Conversion Fly can do for you. And so you don't need to make decisions, right, like in the dark anymore. This is one of those times where I would just highly encourage you to recognize that, like, look, if nothing changes, nothing will change. If you're not happy with what it is that you've been experiencing online, put Conversion Fly to the test. If nothing changes, nothing will change for you. This is an opportunity for you to make that move right now with zero risk. Claim a 50% discount, get 4 incredible bonuses that you can keep even if you don't love Conversion Fly, and then put the whole thing to the test for the next 30 days. You're going to love it. Go grab Conversion Fly at conversionfly.com/Fred, and I'll see you on the inside. And Fred, thanks again so much, man.
No problem. Thank you, everyone.
Take care.
Talk soon. Okay.
Bye.
Bye now.